constituency had been transferred to the Pusiga constituency in the Upper East region without their knowledge or consent. The Commission would like to inform the general public that it has concluded preliminary investigations into the alleged unauthorized voter transfers. The Commission would like to address the public on this matter as follows. Regulation 22, subsection 1 of Constitutional Instrument 127 provides that a registered voter who before an election is resident for no less than 12 months in a constituency other than that in which the registered voter is registered may apply to the returning officer of the constituency where the registered voter is resident for the name of the registered voter to be entered on the transferred voters list of a polling station in that constituency. Per the provisions of the law, the registered voter must be physically present to request for the transfer of vote to another polling station. The transfer of vote can only be done at the district offices and requires the presence of the voter who must be verified using either his or her face or fingerprints. The voters involved in the Tamale South and Sangnerigu constituencies incident have denied taking part in a transfer exercise. What they have alluded to is that their voter ID cards were collected by one Haruna Muniru, ostensibly for the processing of a loan. The said Haruna Muniru was in police custody last week. He is currently on bail and police investigations continue. Preliminary investigations by the Commission have revealed that voter transfers were indeed effected for 38 individuals using the credentials of an Electoral Commission official. The records of those transfers are captured in the voter management system's audit logs. A look at the verification done during the transfer process shows that the photos of the voters from their voter ID cards were used for facial verification and to effect the transfers. Following this incident, the Commission has introduced a liveliness check in the verification process, which is a feature designed to ensure that the biometric data being captured is from a live, present human being and not from a spoof source, such as photograph, which is what was done in this case. The liveliness check has since been built into the system to prevent any such future occurrence. The Commission is currently investigating. While the Commission does not have any evidence to believe that this occurrence is widespread, we have instituted investigations to ascertain if similar incidents occurred elsewhere beyond the reported case in the Tamale South and Sagneregu constituencies. Any such transfers will be reversed, and the perpetrators of such acts shall be dealt with according to the law. Following preliminary investigations again, the Commission has suspended the Pusiga District Electoral Officer and has invited him to respond to the Commission's findings. Once the investigations are concluded, the Commission will take the appropriate action and inform the public accordingly. The Commission would like to assure the public that it will not shield any of its officers, both permanent and temporary, found complicit in any electoral malpractices, and will always allow such persons to face the full rigors of the law. We wish to restate that the Provisional Voters Register is not the final voters register. The central objective of the exhibition exercise is to correct any anomalies and issues with the Provisional Voters Register before the final register is produced. This has been the practice since 1992. The Commission again wishes to assure the public that after the exhibition exercise, the final voters register that will be produced will be robust and credible. The Provisional Voters Register that was prepared for the just ended exhibition exercise and also provided to all political parties has a transferred voters list and an absent voters list for each polling station. The absent voters list should contain a list of all voters that have been transferred out of a particular polling station within the period that the Electoral Commission opened up the register for transfers and special voting. The absent voters list should contain only voters who have transferred their votes and those partaking in special voting. The transferred voters list conversely contains all voters who have been transferred to the polling station within that period. In the preparations towards the 2024 exhibition exercise, the absent voters list and the transferred voters list inadvertently included all transfers that had been done since 2020 when this register was first prepared. This has resulted in a higher than expected number of absent and transferred voters. This understandably may have caused some anxiety to our stakeholders, as exemplified by the press conference addressed by the NDC in the Ejumaku Enyan Esiam constituency of the Central Region. The Commission has corrected this anomaly and will share with all the political parties the corrected absent and transferred voters list for each polling station that contains only those applicants who successfully applied for transfers or special voting for the 2024 general elections. It is also absolutely untrue that the Commission has added names to the voters register in a bid to rig the elections for a particular party. Those allegations are without merit and should be disregarded by the public. The EC has no intention of bloating the register to give any political party advantage over the other. As explained earlier, the cumulative transfer data from 2020, 2023, and 2024 were inadvertently summed up in the registers provided to the political parties. This has been corrected and the revised register will be provided after all corrections have been made. The revised transfer list will be shared with the political parties. It is a well-known fact that Ghana has one of the most transparent and inclusive electoral processes in Africa. From registration to declaration of results, all our processes are transparent, inclusive, and open to the political parties and the citizenry. Nothing is hidden. There are no secrets as far as our elections are concerned. Any interested party or citizen can with no effort obtain relevant information on all aspects of the electoral process. Therefore, the suggestion that the peace and the outcome of the election is hinged on the chairperson of the Electoral Commission is completely untrue. We urge the public to ignore statements even from prominent citizens that suggest that achieving peaceful elections in 2024 is somehow in the bosom of the chairperson of the Electoral Commission. This Electoral Commission and the Electoral Commission in general has nothing to hide. The Provisional Voters Register is a public document on display and is available online for voters to access in order to verify their details. This is not a secret document. At the end of the day, the final register will be made available to all the political parties as per the law and normal practice. And individuals who also want to have copies of the register can apply to the Commission and they will be given copies. The preparation of the register is a human endeavor. There are bound to be mistakes. This is not the first time the Commission has recorded mistakes during registration of voters and compilation of the voters register. This has been the case since 1992. The issues range from missing names, swapped photos and gender, wrong additions or omitted names, etc. This is not new, and this is not going to be the last. The exhibition of the Provisional Voters Register, as designed by law, is meant to correct mistakes. The law provides for inclusion of missing names, removal of names that should not be on the register after due process, removal of names that should not be on the exclusions list after due process, correction of gender, proper placement of voters in their polling stations, etc. This is exactly what the Commission is doing, as mandated by law. Since 2020, the Commission has made painstaking efforts to clean the register using a four-pronged approach through district electoral officers in the various districts, exhibition officers who work at the exhibition centers, voters who go to check their details at the exhibition centers, and our IT staff. This was not the case before 2020, and this has ensured a credible register that reflects those who qualify to be on it, while no qualified voter is left out. The public may recall that in 2020, the same negative propaganda was launched about the register during exhibition. The commission used the issues that came up during the 2020 exhibition to clean the register to ensure it was credible. As a result, there was not a single complaint that came through about the register during and after the 2020 elections. At the end of the day, the 2020 elections were rated very highly by citizens as well as local and international election observers. We call on the public to reject statements that the register is not fit for the 2024 elections or that it is incurably defective. The register is robust and credible. At the end of the day, the final certified register will reflect corrections of all identified errors. Who gives out a document and make it openly accessible to all? Openly accessible to all if the intention is to add on illegal persons. It is important to note that the political parties have copies of the 2020 register, the 2023 register, records of the daily registration reports from the 2024 limited voters registration, and mop-up registration exercises. This is a transparent and inclusive process that is not exclusive to the EC. Therefore, unless they can show any proof, those alleging that the Commission is trying to cook data should be ignored. The Commission reassures the public and its stakeholders that the anomalies detected through the exhibition exercise and their correction do not in any way affect the validity of the voters register and the ability of valid voters to vote on election day. As a Commission, we continue to demonstrate and reflect the values of transparency, integrity, and fairness in all our operations. We are fully mindful that the voters register is the bedrock and foundation of an election. We are well aware that a credible voters register is a sine qua non for a transparent, peaceful, and fair election. The Commission is committed to conducting and delivering free, fair, transparent, peaceful, credible, and inclusive elections in December 2024. We entreat the general public to support the Commission for successful general elections in 2024. We thank you very much for your attention. Electoral Commission, transparency and accountability in motion. Thank you very, very much for your attention.
At this point, Doug want to go local for our tree. Don't celebrate. Next time we'll speak. Okay, so he's going to summarize it in tree for our Khan brothers. Thank you, Doc.
Thank you, Mr. Tete. I'm said the Electoral Commission ya kan ni nyina ne say nanse ya titi say nkrofo bi a omo tamale ni sare na regu importem wo baabi omo aye transfer na kwa akodi Pusiga wo Upper East na yebusa mu na omo ase omo nko Upper East baabi ankoye transfer enti ama yechi obintim bi a yesi okogije nkrofo card so okwa bosia e di amomo ti Electoral Commission so yete ya na yetu hu na mo na ya hwehwemu bebre ti hwehwemu na ya di kan ya na ama ya district officer wo Pusiga ho no ya ma ne suspension asese ya ya kase enyo no na wo office ho na apart from that no so yeguso ya investigation ya invite ne say ya pese etie the numasem ni ehu de e course wo Pusiga enam transfer na e ba so ne so. Beyond that, in the Asaka Ebiom say, Electoral Commission and Jumadie na Yedina. Bibia ye biano, a Yemenina da Quemu Pepe, and Yankwan ye two sana mono, ya ne political party, civil society, security, a Quequobebre, and a Yajumana, Yayano. Tia Kobase Obiko Kase O, Electoral Commission, Omo Yen Shebi, na Omwa ye Bibina, Obian Faswana, Obinsu watch. Sanye many nyina na ye shagana for say enya de etwa say ye gitum esan say wo hwa exhibition na ye na exhibition ne buta ye nyina ne se ya the register no ya da register ne di no obi ehun se ne register no etie na mfumso bi o register no ho abroni beka se ne ya correct ti exhibition na ye no ya de ye for corrections anka register no ya pepepa anka imra ne hye ye nse ye nye sansesa ye no ti ya the register no ebe kire Ghana fo a na ga o hwe no ebia na odi na amaye ebia ba bi o register se ye fa onko ne koto aba no na ye ntumi afo wa nkoto ti sa niema ne nti na me ye exhibition na sa exhibition na nya afia na hyase efri 1992 ne hye sa de na se nti ya register bia ya exhibit register no sebe ya yi mfumso bia wo hu bia ye besiesie no ti dia electoral commission pese Ghana fo nyina so tene se 2024 elections na ebe no register na ye de be ya dwuma no e register kire ejina ne na so abro ni beka se robust credible register obia ochiro ni din bia so opeso oto aba bia no sa ni pakro no ni din be wom ba bia opeso oto aba no so bibia nso ebe ho na bibia atumi aye kama eni esa kan bibi se na se ye te se ba bi o ha omo ye transfer no numbers na bro so na de commission kan nyina ne se numbers na bro so de koba ye ni nyina ne se ya keka bom no omo ye transfer ni bi 2020 and 2023 eni esa de ka 2024 de no ho and you hwemu a ebia o register 2024 transfers no na ye bia 100 2020 ne 2023 de na beka ho na no no enye bibia se register ne kura na se de commission panifo aye ne se ya ye sansesaye no ti ya ye sansesaye na wie ne ye besa de register ne so ama political parties no mo hu se ampa nipa na 2024 omo ye transfers no omo adin ene wo so na ye ba wie na commission ka se che ya se bebre ya hu odin bebre sebe ya bere se 2024 elections no e wom se ya ye bi 2020 ma bibia ko kama de ba mpanifo de de ma bebre ato akwan mu sebe ya 2024 election bibia be ko kama bibia be ko che ye butai ni sebe ya kama che de ya nyina wo man ni mu na register na ye de be ya na se ne mdi kan kan no bibia so betumi aye kama na enya Ghana fo nko ana eba sa hye ni monyam ewiase afa na nyina nso ebe hye omo ni monyam enya ka bibi se 2020 na ye no mu media fo nyina mu bo mu nsema electoral commission local observers international observers na muji tumu se bibia eko kama ti 2024 we so no ye be ye bibia na bibia so atumi aye kama nti ye da mosepa baba don't have
almost fine.
I would like to inform you that this is purely to give you, to explain what happened and then the situation to you. We are not going to allow you to ask questions on this.
No, you can find out from no.
You come to me. You come to me. Right. Thank you very much. On this note, that's the end of our. Okay, so thank you very much, friends of the press. We'll call you again next time. Thank you, and have a good day.